Black Cat, Halloween. 9:30, Halloween night. I went out with everybody. Mommy was dressed as Slimer. Daddy and Spencer were Ghostbusters with the Ghostbuster uniform with the proton blaster and all that. And the little guy, he was dressed as Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in the stroller. And I just put on overalls and a straw hat, and I had a little plastic pig that when you squeeze it, it goes oink, 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 oink. So I was like a pig farmer. We walked all the way up to the end of the street, worked our way down, went up and down a few different streets. One guy on the main drag street every year has the most phenomenal looking stuff. At Christmas, it's even cooler. He's got they're fake, but they look real. Reindeer pulling a sleigh and the whole everything. He builds this big facade on the front of his house and in front of the garage. He had a gondola with a skeleton and a gondolier and a girl with a dress in the boat. He had a horse-drawn hearse, and the horse was a skeleton horse, and the person inside the hearse, big, the glass-sided carriage hearse, was a skeleton. Then there was another guy on a horse. The horse was a skeleton, and the guy was a skeleton. And you go in the front of his house, and the front two rooms were all decked out. They had big, heavy velvet curtains and beautiful pillars and little statues, like marble statues, and all kinds of stuff. And the Phantom of the Opera was playing a piano. It was a dummy, but it was a real piano, and the Phantom was sitting at the piano, and there were candelabras lit. And on the other side of the entrance hall, there was a girl giving out a single stem rose. They were fake, but they look real. And what else was on that side? I don't recall. And they had big speakers with Phantom of the Opera music playing. Oh my God. I asked the guy, so are you the master of the house? And he says, yeah. And I said, do you work for a production company or anything? He goes, no, I just do it for fun. Oh my God. I said, sure are a lot of kids out here. He says he's expecting about 1,500 kids. 1,500. He said last year they had 900. And yeah, they come in from elsewhere. They drive themselves in. And when you can drive yourself in, you're too old to go trick-or-treating. But Brian said, well, at least they're not out damaging stuff. They try to have fun. But you hear them yelling at each other, hey, wait for me, or whatever, and their voices are breaking, and they're too old. When I was a kid, you get to a certain age. I was bigger and taller than a lot of kids, so people would shut the door in my face. You're too old. But the last year I went out trick-or-treating, I think I might have been 12 or 13, and I was tall. But my brother Richard was sick. He was very sick. Both my brothers were sick, so I basically trick-or-treated for them. And a lot of people, when I told them, I said, it's true, I'm trick-or-treating for my brother. They gave me candy. But, oh my God. And and a lot of them are older kids, and they really shouldn't be out. They're too old to do this and hog it up for all the other kids. A lot of people had TVs on, and they were watching the game between the LA Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. And I think the Dodgers were ahead. I'm rooting for the Blue Jays, personally. But I would root for the St. Louis Cardinals if they were in the playoffs, but they're not. But a lot of people were that. A lot of people had like little propane fireplace fires in. They were sitting in their driveway with little fires and the TV going, and one guy was an old guy. He says, "What are you?" And I said, "I'm a pig farmer." And I squeezed a pig and it went oink oink. And he goes, "That deserves a candy bar." And he gave me a candy bar. And my left leg started hurting real bad, real bad. The pain, sciatic nerve from my lower back and hips. And I did not take any pain pills before I set out. Usually if I know I'm walking around a lot, I take some kind of pain pill. And by the time we were done, we started at about 6 p.m. Right before it was getting dark. And about 8:20 is when I was wrapping it up. I'm hobbling. I went inside that guy's thing with the Phantom of the Opera and was asking him questions, and the rest of them, they just kind of went ahead of me. They were on a whole nother street by the time I was done asking this guy questions. So I was hobbling. Oh, it's like I could sit down, find something to sit on. Oh, I probably won't be able to get up. You can make it. You can make it. It's only 6 houses. It's only 5 houses. It's like, oh my God. I had to go through the pain. I had to work through the pain to get home. I sat on the porch until they got home. We had a bowl that said, "Please take one," or something on the bowl. But since I was there are some interesting costumes. A lot of Mario and Luigi from the Mario video game. Was some kid with real short buzz job hair. It was white, and a white shirt and a little gold chain. And I said, "Are you Eminem?" He goes, "Yeah." There was a girl dressed as a nurse with Blink 182. It's off their album cover. She did a good job. A lot of girls were whored up. And there was a boy, these kids were probably about 12, maybe. A boy, and this girl was she thought she was all that in a bag of chips, and she wasn't, but she thought she was. And the boy that she was with, she says, "I don't want to bend over and pick up the candy. Get me a couple candy bars." And I'm thinking, you slut. You fucking bitch. How dare you do that? No wonder guys hate women. What a bitch. And this boy's like goo-goo-eyed at her, and he did whatever she wanted. And I looked over to Ashley, and I said, besides candy in that bag, she has his balls. But Spencer and I, he wanted to count the candy. So we put the candy out in a big pile on the floor, and we separated it from licorice to Tootsie Rolls to Suckers to M&Ms to Snicker bars to various. We separated them in piles. And then finally, it's like getting late, and Brian was tired, and Ashley was tired. I'm tired, and Spencer was full of energy. He wanted to eat some. I said, no candy tonight. I said, if you eat candy now, you'll feel sick in the morning because it's too late to eat candy. I thought, okay. I want to count it. Okay. Grandma, help me count it. So I said, I have an idea. Let's put it back in the bag as we count it so we know we haven't counted it already. Good thinking, Grandma. So we counted it, and he counted up to 100 without any problem. He's 4. I couldn't count up to 20 when I was 4. He counted up to 100, and then we start over, like 1, 2, 3. And when you get to, like, the next number of 10s, like 20s to 30s to 40s, when you get to that transition, it's hard. But then it's 31, 32, and then you get up to 40, 41, 42. And the same goes when you're learning another language. When I was learning Italian, it's like, 1, 2, 3, no, it's French. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then you get up to 20. Um, I forget what it is in Italian. I know it in German. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I can do German. But when you get to that tens group mark, it's always kind of hard when you're learning to count. He had 131 pieces of candy, 2 rubber duckies, a little glow-in-the-dark alien, a slap bracelet, and a little pot of Play-Doh. That was his haul. Pretty damn good. Holy shit. I remember my candy haul, and we put it in a shoebox in the back of the closet, and we'd have to ask for permission, or I had pretty good self-control. I didn't sit and eat it all, so I could dole 1 hour a day to myself. And usually it lasted a long time. And then at Easter, you get a shit ton more candy. So, I was set for candy most of the time. But our neighbors to one side, uphill, they have 2 dogs, Muffin and Churro, and they have another new dog, a little one. And I think they said they had a cat, too. They're nice. They're liberal-minded, nice people. And the boy is in his final year of high school, and he's going to some junior college classes. He's taking English and music. I'm going to have to pick his brain about the music, because I'm all for music. He was sitting in the driveway. His mom was trying to make his hair yellow. He was supposed to be some kind of cartoon character or something, and she told me what, I don't know, it's in JoJo or something. I don't know it. But when we went to their house, she said, "Oh, you're our neighbors." So she had 2 special bags, Ziploc bags with special nice candies, little Twinkie and a little rubber ducky and a nice little for Brian, for Spencer and Sebastian. That's so nice of them. I didn't know if they could tolerate me because I used to, go outside there between our houses, and I'd be like using the jigsaw or the sander or something. I'm sure it bothered them. But they were so nice about it. So nice. I have to do something nice for them for Christmas or something. Because it's just been so nice. Now, on the other side, they're nice to us too, but they're very ultra-conservative. Not that I'm trying to treat liberal people nicer than the conservative people. I don't. I treat everybody nicely. It was so nice of them. It's kind of like my grandma. My grandma had little special bags of Brock's candies, which were more expensive than just buying Hershey bars, that were for children that she knew in the neighborhood. And the rest just got standard candy bars. But these people did the same thing. Very nice of them. They know that when the dogs are trying to dig under the fence and stuff, that we're trying to keep that from happening. They know we're trying real hard to be good neighbors. And like I said, Brian said that he thinks that the mister and the boy are both on the spectrum. That's fine with me. I think I am too. And I don't care. I think Sebastian might be as well. Because of the music aspect. We have very strong interests in certain things. Nothing wrong with that. The world turns with everybody. Everybody. Anyway, I'm sorry. How long have I talked? 14 minutes? Gadzooks. I just had about 6 ounces of limoncello, which is 52% alcohol. So maybe it'll help me go to sleep. I don't know. I might have some more. I took some pain pills, some Tylenol, acetaminophen. If that causes autism, I don't care. Autism's wonderful. I know many autistic people, And they're the best people you could know. They have special interests, and if you need to know something about that special interest, they'll let you know all about it. I mean, you couldn't ask a better person for something. The world takes all kinds of people. Hopefully, the best kind of people. Bad people need not apply. But Halloween was very interesting. It's not my favorite holiday. My favorite holiday, obviously, is Thanksgiving, where you eat and eat and eat until you lay on the floor and cry. A lot of people like Christmas. I get bummed out at Christmas. But Halloween is the time where the ethereal plane and this plane are, the veil is the thinnest. So if you have loved ones that you want to communicate with, or their spirits or whatever, this is the time to do it. This is the time to thank them for raising you, or for being a good influence, or just that you love them and you'll remember them. That's why the Day of the Dead, All Saints Day, that's what that's all about. To remember the people that influence your life, hopefully for the better, and to let them know and thank them. Turning into a weirdo. No, you are always weirdo, Shirley. You're the black cat for Halloween, huh? Are you? I guess you spent most of the time under the bed. Yeah. I'll let you go. Tomorrow is All Souls Day, and Sunday in church will be All Saints Day. The church year, yeah. So, take care, everybody. I love you, and I'm glad you're there. Upward and onward.